Hey everyone, Michael Greenwood here. Yeah, so back with another video, and yeah, it's the first day back from the long weekend, from the Easter weekend. So, yeah, if you don't know about the holidays that we have in the UK, we generally have bank holidays on Good Friday and Easter Monday. So we have a 4-day weekend, which is pretty cool. And I thought I'd make this video just with my experience of getting back into it after pretty much having 4 days off, which is good, which might be rare as a business owner, actually, to have so much time off in one block. You might think that we work 7 days a week, but we don't. Well, some of us don't anyway. Right, this is in this video, I'm just going to run through what I've been doing today to get back into it, basically, to get back into the swing of working, and hopefully this might be useful if you've kind of got into a bit of a rut, got into a bit of a funk or something like that, and you're struggling to get back into work after some kind of vacation, annual leave, holiday, long weekend, or something like that, because you can lose momentum, and it can be difficult to get back in to the swing of things with your work. So yeah, right. So 6 tips. Tip number one is just make a start on it. Just make a start on a critical task, something that you need to get done, something that's a non-negotiable, something that you need to get done as soon as you're back. And you will have planned tomorrow today, if you're doing your planning, you will have done some planning. Now, if you just add you just celebrated Easter and had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday on, maybe you did your planning for Tuesday for today on Thursday. So you're planning kind of the next available working day, really, rather than doing it yesterday, which would have still been the Easter break. So it depends how much time you have you're taking off. Not all of us would take the same holidays or anything like that. I know people are different. People have got different circumstances. But yeah, I would just get straight into it. Uh, no warming up, just straight into doing some critical tasks. And a bit like the cold plunge, where you're just straight in there, and So I wouldn't recommend easing in. You do what's best for you, but I just get stuck straight into it, and I don't kind of ease myself into it. I know a lot of people might advise you to, oh yeah, spend the first day back just easing into things, but I'd just get stuck into it. So I would basically pick the most important, highest leverage task that you can do. If you employ people, if you've got a team, if you've got subcontractors working with you or something like that, I would make sure they're busy first before I start on anything myself, and then just start the thing immediately, and then just get it ticked off your to-do list, basically. So no fluff, just action. So that's the first thing that I'd do. Next thing that I'd do is, once I've got that first thing done, that first win of the day, I would then ruthlessly prioritize what else I'm doing, basically, and that's going to be based on your to do list, because you tend to find that the bottleneck is the not the time you've got, because of something called Parkinson's law, where if you've got a task, you'll make it fit to the amount of time that you've got. It's more like the direction that you're going in is often the bottleneck. So actually picking the task that's going to be highest leverage and income producing is going to be the best way to do it, basically. So and then I just laser focus on that thing. So ruthless prioritization, and then just focus on that thing, and everything else is just going to be noise, basically. So just ignore everything else, and a lot of it is about trimming the fat, getting stuff done, really. Um, Scheduling as well. So like I said, you're going to plan tomorrow, today. So that planning would have been done on Thursday, so the last day that you actually worked. And then if it's not in your calendar, then you're not doing it. So unless there's something that's really urgent, like a client phones and you're doing some firefighting, and it's something that you're reacting to. And again, I would still say, are you charging for that time as well? Are you just going by the whims of somebody else pulling you in a direction? Are you not going to your own plan? So try to planning so you're controlling your time as much as possible as well. So schedule, stick to your schedule. If anything does come up, then yeah, change the block around as well. But I use a time block planner, and so I will very aggressively, with intent, block out the day basically. So I'm not getting distracted. So I'm time blocking, which means I'm allocating chunks of time for like deep work, admin, breaks, that kind of thing. Um, and then sticking to goals and writing down KPIs and the outcomes that I want, and stuff like that as well. So that's what I'm doing with my scheduling. Um, Next thing I'd say is you've just had 4 days off. Um, I would, you might not feel like working, but I'd just get it done anyway. So I'd kind of stack your habits, not your feelings. So you've got your what you need to do. So you've got your discipline, which is the ability to give yourself a command and do it, and then just do it. Yeah, no, unless you're feeling really ill or something like that. If you just don't feel like doing it, then got to do it, got to get it done, and have the discipline to do it. Or you're just letting yourself down with it. Unless you're feeling really ill, and then just spend time recovering. Unless there's a task that really needs doing and nobody else can do it. Obviously, you've got a deadline. But that's where you're building things like resilience, where you've got a team and things like that. So if you are ill, you've got other people around you who can pick up those tasks as well. So focus on what you need to do, not how you feel, or not what you feel like doing. Or you're just gonna have all distractions and go for the short-term gratification and stuff like that, which you don't want to do if you want to be productive. Um, and then also, I will try to get up at the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every day as well, even when you're on holiday. So even during the holidays, so you're not kind of breaking your routine and all that kind of thing. So yeah, just get into it. Just rely on the habits that you've stacked before the holiday. Um, and I'm not saying work while you're on holiday, but try to keep some kind of habits going. So let's say if you do 20 press ups in the morning, do that while you're on holiday as well, and get up at the same time every day if you can, and stuff like that. I know it's not always possible. Different people's circumstances are different, but that's what I try to do. And then another thing, I would I would set goals based on optimizing for the outcome that I want, or the output that I want, not the activity. And what I mean by that is I try not to be a busy fool, really. So, um, and that's where I work in time blocks as well, where I'm protecting my energy, and I'm not getting to a point of burning out, and I'm not borrowing energy from tomorrow to use today, because then at some point I'm going to have to pay that back. I'm going to have to pay the piper with that, and burn out, which I've done quite a few times in the past. So I try not to get to that point of burnout, by working on the tasks that matter. Working on the things that actually matter. So you can get a feedback loop going on your first day back from an holiday by actually just, let's say you are just going to work half a day. Let's say you're just going to do, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours or whatever. You're just going to do a couple of work blocks, 90 minutes each or something. You're going to get 3 hours worth of deep work, which I think is more than most people get in really like a couple of blocks of deep work. What are you doing in those two 90-minute blocks of deep work? Are they actually something that's going to move the needle in your work or your business or your career or whatever? So think in terms of that. Um, so yeah, not just doing work for the sake of it, not just kind of busy work, just looking at work that produces results and delivers on outputs and your KPIs and your goals and all that kind of thing. And then at the end of the day, so this is where you start to plan tomorrow today. So anything that you haven't got done, then obviously ask you reflective practice. Why have you not done it? But then also go through a daily recap of what went well, what didn't go so well. Did you get distracted? Did you procrastinate? Did you get into kind of analysis paralysis? Did you spend too long on a task to the point of, diminishing returns? So we go into like perfectionism and things like that. So that's important as well. So getting that feedback loop going with yourself and keeping yourself accountable and managing yourself. And then what worked, what didn't, what's tomorrow's priority, and then you can plan tomorrow today. If there's any tasks that you haven't done today, you can put them on to tomorrow's. But there's got to be a good reason for that. Once you build these daily habits, there's got to be a really good reason for that. So yeah, that's pretty much key in terms of what can you do today so you're not a busy fool, that you are actually leveraging your biggest task that's going to have the most output. I kind of quite like Tim Ferriss's 4 Hour Work Week, where the premise is if you could only work 4 hours in a week, if something had happened, like health problem, what would be the 4 hours of work that you would do? And it's like when I've been ill, I've still done some work a lot of the time, and there's been key things which couldn't wait. And it could just be WhatsApping or using Slack to deliver a message to a teammate, or having some kind of resilience plan in place or something like that, and you're just activating it, or you're getting somebody else to activate it and things like that. So I've been making sure that things get done. So that's your marketing, your sales, your service delivery, three most important aspects of your business. Making sure that they get done, and also working towards working on the business rather than in the business as much as possible, which I know is a challenge in itself. So those are my tips to how to get back into it after Easter. It's just like it's the first day after Easter, so I made this video, but it can work for any holiday, any annual leave you've taken, any vacation or anything like that. I would kind of ignore the feelings and get the work done to get into it, and just be kind of ruthless about that. So don't wait for the motivation of doing it. Just act without it, and then you get that positive feedback loop and feel better about it. And you kind of forget there's joy in work, and in getting stuff done and ticking off your to-do list anyway. And for me, it's only really possible if I plan tomorrow today, and I'm blocking out this time, and it's protected time to get deep work done, where there's no distractions or anything like that. So yeah, I hope this has been helpful, useful, entertaining, or anything like that. But like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.